gunned down by a serial killer on the steps of his Miami Beach home. The murder of fashion icon Gianni Versace in July 1997 captivated the world. But the crimes that festered around, and later were exposed by Versace's death, most fascinate Darren Criss, the 31-year-old actor who plays killer Andrew Cunanan in a new TV drama series. After his breakout role as Blaine in Glee, Criss has made a string of TV appearances, now Broadway as Hedwig in the musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch, developed the alt-pop band Computer Games with his brother, Chuck, and in January this year got engaged to his longtime girlfriend, writer-producer Maya Swear. American Crime Story 2, The Assassination of Gianni Versace has already aired in the US. What's been the reaction? I'm just thrilled people have watched it, not for my own ego, but because it's such a fascinating and compelling story that raises so many questions. It's the kind of show that I'd like to talk about, even if I wasn't in it. We don't totally know Cunanan's motivation for the serial killings, do we? I don't think it is as simple as this guy wanted fame and fortune or glory. It's sort of a pretty big cocktail of a lot of unfortunate factors. And the crimes around that crime. The show tries to hone in on this theme of homophobia in the United States. One of the great things about American crime stories is that we centralize our story on a crime, but we kind of really investigate and explore the other crimes around that, and how they affected the central crime, and vice versa. The first series, The People v. J. Simpson, obviously is centered on the murder, but what it is really investigating is racism in Los Angeles, and what that trial meant for national black identity. What we focus on here, Versace, is how homophobia plays a hand in these crimes, not just for Cunanan and Versace, but how it manifests itself in the FBI, and in the military. 20 years on, those issues are still relevant. Absolutely. It's unfortunate, fear and prejudice always seem to be in fashion in one way or another. Amy Mann guest stars in a powerful scene for Cunanan, where she sings "Who's Going to Drive You Home Tonight?" The Cars Drive. How psychologically revealing are those lyrics? Oh, yeah. It's a great scene. He's terrified of being left alone. There's a key line, and I'll summarize, where he says, "I'm a new person. Now I just need someone to be a new person for." He just needs these people, so he can share this fantastical version of himself. Second now, The Cars, Till Tuesday, did they influence your band Computer Games? Sure. Any popular good music. Everything influences you either consciously or not. So, yeah, sure, I've played my fair share of Cars covers in my day. Hedwig creator John Cameron Mitchell will be in Brisbane next month. Did John give you any advice on the role when you took over from him on Broadway? He's been such a great friend and a great mentor in general, that I can't boil it down to one specific piece of advice. But I will say John was always very encouraging of me to learn my own stuff, to sort of add to the internal narrative that is Hedwig. And, yep, I'm a head myself. I was a Hedwig fan that got to wear the wig. American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace, Foxtel, Showcase, Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Also available Foxtel on demand.